Do it in the
Out
streets.
the wagon, I walked in, swaggin', saucin', flashin', flossin', draggin', doggin', ain't braggin', I been bossin'. Back then they tried to offer, bag in when I park it, Mac 10 in my office. Bitch niggas, they got me started. Electric spit, but not hit your target. Eyes were missing like a milk carton. Niggas no bitch fits, how they be talking. Used to be a misfit, now he's an artist. Must be retarded, I'ma eat regardless. Get off apartments. Ask him, I'm all in, bagging, bossing, cashing, calling, dabbing, drawing, fashion, foreign, she gagging, I'm going in, what happened? I'm a horny man, I'm jacking, friend joining in, laughing at niggas that think it's a joke, they so lame to the game, change with the domain, Styles got a poker face, games but he don't play. Ask him, I'm all in, bagging, bossing, cashing, calling, dabbing.
Damn, son,
drawing,
where'd you find
fashion,
this?
foreign.
Yo, what's the deal? What's the deal? Boy, R&B in the place to be. BIG3 Man Talk Podcast. Got my co-host in the building, Mr. Thomas Croft. We call him TC from the D. And we also have our featured resident guest, Mr. Wordplay Reese
in the building.
at the hub. How y'all fellas feeling? Good Sunday afternoon.
You know I'm good.
Sunday afternoon. How the weather down there in Atlanta, TC?
Shit, it's like it's pretty warm. It's supposed to be like, and I think in the 70s today, if I'm not mistaken, like the low 70s.
Oh damn! Ooh, I wish.
And that's Atlanta for you right there.
We around we around like 52, 55, something like that. I think today. Real feel in the late 40s. Real feel in the late 40s. So man, got a question for y'all.
Shoot for it.
I want to know y'all perception and y'all thoughts on whether or not you feel like hardworking men are really winning today. We came across a post earlier, you know, one of our actually resident guests that's been on in the past has shared or whatever, and it was like this top 10 list of like things for like the Black culture, you know, Black relationship culture. And it was, you know, basically saying like, you know, women need men, men need women, you know, all of these good things, so on and so forth. I love the list actually. The only thing is when I got down to number 8, it had said hard-working men are still winning. I call a cap on that, man. I call a cap. And if I can, you know, further dive into it a little bit before I open up the floor, the reason I call a cap is because I think that they're looking at it from a perspective of basically saying, you know, what they deem a hard worker is someone who earns high money. Let's just say somebody that earns maybe $100K or more a year. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I call a cap on it, because like I was telling you guys earlier when we discussed doing this pop-up, I know plenty of guys who don't make nowhere near that are, you know, very hardworking men. And they do what they need to do out here, you know, in this world. They take care of their kids, they're good men, you know what I'm saying? They're very hardworking, you know what I'm saying? They not out here causing mischief and being on bullshit. They don't feel like they're not being made to feel like they're winning. So I'm just trying to figure out, you know, where this notion is coming from. So I'm gonna assume, as I said, that they're coming up with this based off of what they deem which is what they normally do anyway, what they deem to fit their narrative of what a hardworking man is versus what actually is a hardworking man. And with that, I, you know, digress to you guys.
Honestly, like you said, hardworking men is losing, to be honest. It depends. I see it like this. A hardworking man, like we spoke about earlier, say a millionaire, he's a hardworking man, right? Of course, right? But like, well, you got some people who's millionaires or maybe 100,000 who make a lot of money, who are not hardworking men. So those men are actually being blessed versus the actual hardworking man. Actually, forget that. hardworking men are getting shitted on. You feel me? Like, let's say,
all around.
yeah, let's say you got a man. Would you say that the man that works at Mickey D's or Burger King that goes to work and work hard for his? I ain't gonna lie to you. If you ever worked in a fast food joint, them joints is hard to work in. Like a hard, like you really gotta bust your ass to work in those spots. So a man
I've
like
been
that,
there.
me too, I've been there. A man like that working in that environment and also still taking care of his family, he really have to bust his ass. Those men most of the time get cheated on, they get left, they get talked about like badly. So nah, hardworking men don't get blessed. It depends. Like it's still a conditional thing. Like do you have how do you look?
Yeah.
Your body type, all that. Do you meet my standard of, because I ain't gonna lie to you, even the millionaires who's hardworking men, who legit hardworking men, if they ain't looking like shit, most of the time they ain't getting blessed.
I would kind of, I think I kind of would push back and disagree a little bit on that, because we all know at the same time we'll sit here and say, a chick will fuck with a dude that got money no matter what he look like. If he got something, he winning. So you know what I'm saying? I kind of would push back on that just a little bit, but I do see where you're going with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm the same way, man. Like I said, we already kind of had this conversation a little bit anyway before we came on, and like I use myself as an example, you know what I'm saying, of a hardworking man. You know, hey, I work hard. I ain't gonna lie. I'm putting in work. And
Yeah.
how am I winning? You know what I'm saying? Like most women, like we'll say this, a lot of women want a man to make a certain amount of money. They feel like the man is like they make it as if the money makes the man. All right. So it's like
Right.
it feel like a man that makes a lot of money, you know what I'm saying, is the real hard worker in their eyes, instead of the actual one that actually is really doing the work, putting in work, you know what I'm saying, and working hard to make the money. You know what I'm saying? And like what R&B was saying, like, you got men that was born into money. You know what I'm saying? You got the ones that was, you know what I'm saying? What about the ones that was born, you know what I'm saying, with money? You know what I'm saying? Because their family already, got money. They was born into it, and then they just became successful off of that, off of what they was born into. They didn't put any hard work for that. You know what I'm saying? They already had it. So, you know what I'm saying? So it kind of neglects the men who actually are putting in the hard work. Now you got the ones that do make. I'm not saying all the men that make a lot of money didn't put in any work, because I'm pretty sure it ain't. I'm pretty sure. I'm 100% sure
Or
they had to
don't.
work hard as fuck to get to where they at. So we're gonna exclude them, but we talking about the ones who was born into it. You know what I'm saying? So I would just honestly say that the money doesn't make the man. The man makes the money. You know what I'm saying? So the definition of an actual hardworking man is a man that really is fucking working. Like he's working his ass off. He's coming up with ideas. He's putting ideas into effect. He's doing what he got to do to make the money. You know what I'm saying? Not you know what I'm saying, just doing a bare minimum and just making a lot of money doing a bare minimum. You know what I'm saying? Because that doesn't, like, hey, if we all could do that, shit, trust me, all of us wish we can do that. Just put in the bare minimum and just make a lot of damn money. You know what I'm saying? I mean, depending on what it is, you can. I'm not saying you can't, but we talking more about the men that's actually out here doing what the man is supposed to be doing, actually working hard, putting in the work. You know what I'm saying, to make the money.
Let me quick interjection real quick, and I'll pass it right back to you, TC. Let me make a break it down on what we really talking about here. Let's just be 100 and be real about this. We talking about the men who we know, out here in society, which we know some, and we also know that there's a lot of men out here like this. But we're talking about the men in society who only making probably about 30 to 60,000 a year. Let's just be honest. The 25 to 60,000 a year bracket, a man that's out here working hard and doing everything to keep everything afloat. you know what I'm saying, and doing everything within his power to make sure that his family has everything that they need. These type of men are not made to feel like they are winning, but yet they are hardworking. So what type of hardworking men are we talking about here? That's really what we talking about. Are we talking about real hardworking men who actually out here, like you said, putting their face to the ground and grinding and getting that shit out the mud? Or are we talking about niggas who make 100,000 a year or better? You know what I'm saying? Like that's the true question. You know what I'm saying? Like what the question is, what do they deem to be a hard working man? Is it the money or is it the actual hard work? That's the question.
Yeah, definitely the question. Because it's like, everybody got their own definitions of everything. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So those ladies that, truly believe that uh the hardworking man is the one that's making a lot of money. I mean, that's cool and all. That's your definition. But we want to get into what's real. You know what I'm saying? How are those men truly winning? Like, matter of fact, why are those type of men winning over the men that actually are working? You know what I'm saying? What's wrong with the 9 to 5 brother? I just want what's wrong? What is wrong with the 9 to 5 brother? What's wrong with the motherfuckers who actually, working, you know what I'm saying, working a decent job? They ain't gonna necessarily have a hardcore, like high paying job, but what about the ones that's working a decent job and actually able to take care of himself? So we ain't talking about the ones that ain't able to take care of themselves. We talk about the ones that's working hard and actually able to take care of themselves. What about them? You know what I'm saying? Those guys, a lot of those guys ain't winning. Some of them are, but not a lot of them. You know what I'm saying? Majority of them ain't winning. You know what I'm saying? They ain't got a good woman. And if they do got a woman, the woman probably bitching and complaining about a whole bunch of shit. You know what I'm saying? Still, you know what I'm saying? Want him to basically take care of her while taking care of him too. You know what I'm saying? And then if he just simply can't because, his money ain't, up there with the wealthy guys, you know what I'm saying? Now she complaining. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you ain't no real man. You know what I'm saying? You need to get you a better job. I'm like, look, I'm putting in all this work. What are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now. You know what I'm saying? So how is these guys really winning? You know what I'm saying? They're not. You know what I'm saying? Like, me personally, I don't even have a girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like I ain't looking, but I ain't got a girlfriend, but I'm still putting in hard work. You know what I'm saying? I'm putting in the work. You know what I'm saying? There's just a lot of women out here that wouldn't take me serious just because I'm not making a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? I don't make a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? None of us do. You know what I'm saying? None of us making a lot of money right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about us three.
I
You know what I'm
said,
saying? And there's a lot of other men out there that ain't making a lot of money. But that doesn't mean, you know what I'm saying, we ain't real men or you know what I'm saying, we just out here bullshitting just because we not making a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It's like I feel like, you know what I'm saying, I feel like we are getting scrutinized and we're being, downplayed just because of the fact that we work 9 to 5s and we just a regular working guy. And it's like we already handle enough bullshit at work. We shouldn't have to come home and handle more bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Be under more bullshit from our women. And then when we, you know what I'm saying, watch these videos or we hear other women say, "Oh yeah, I mean, I want my man to make at least like 80 to $100,000 a year or 500,000, $200,000 a year." And I'm like, what the like, okay, that's cool and all, but I mean, why? You know what I'm saying? Why? You know what I'm saying? Like, what about the guy that makes 30, $40,000 a year? Like he ain't worthy of you. You know what I'm saying? Like that doesn't make any sense. It kind of seems like the
There,
guy with the
that's
most money is the best guys to them.
right. And I was just about to say that's where it's at right there. You just hit it on the head. You know what I'm saying? What they do is they pick that goes to show you why so many women out here complaining about not being able to find a good man, or why they can't find nobody to settle down with and be with and shit, because they limit themselves on what they're willing to, be with. They limit themselves tremendously because they want everybody to be a top 5 upper echelon, high value, you know what I'm saying? Man, and it's just like, you know what I'm saying? It's just not gonna be that. But just because a nigga is a manager at McDonald's don't mean he not a high value man. And that's the point that I'm trying to get across. That's what I'm trying to say. That don't mean that, like, let's make sure we put the context to know that when we saying hardworking men, we talking about all hardworking men, not just the men that y'all want to deem as hardworking because they earn a certain amount per year or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's the point I'm trying to get across.
You know what? If I can interject real quick.
By all means, don't think we all in here broke though. Just because we saying we ain't 100K niggas.
Right.
If I could interject, it's not like when you judging a man or anyone, it's not about what they have. It's not about that. It's about the what's in their mind and their character. So you really, really set yourself up for slim success, like, if that makes sense. When you are going for people specifically, or you only see a certain type of person in the world, a guy who makes over $1 million or 7 figures, 6 figures, 8 figures, this, that, and the third. And sometimes y'all don't even do it, but it's other men out here. So if it's only 1% of men that's making that much, and y'all can only see that, and y'all only going for that, or y'all get with a man and you see in the back of your mind, like, I'm gonna dump him and I'm gonna go for something better eventually. Maybe it is, maybe it ain't, maybe it's subconscious, maybe whatever. But the thing is that you need to be more realistic and you need to be more open. That's simply put, because if you want success, you have to be more open in the dating market. That is, you just have to be. I just wanted to say that for real.
That crud. So,
That crud got the best of me, damn.
yeah. Shit.
I can't see my microphone. That's why I'm leaning this way. It's a literal mic right here. I don't think I'm crazy.
But no, man, that you right though. You right though. Like that, like you can't. And I think that applies to any facet in life. So why can't it apply to this? You can't go out in the job field and limit yourself on, let's say you got 5 skills. So within those 5 skills, you limit yourself already, you know what I'm saying, on what jobs you willing to take out in the field. But yet you expecting to, earn, XYZ. It just don't fit. It don't go. It don't go together. Like you have to be able to expand what you're willing to do. You know what I'm saying? You have to expand how much you're willing to grind. And that shit goes the same with dating. You know what I'm saying? You have to expand your mind on what who you willing to deal with and put up with. Let's just be honest. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Are you willing to deal with and put up with a guy that don't necessarily fit or meet your financial criteria? But he might not. Let's be honest though. We not talking about broke men. You know what I'm saying? We talking are men, like you said earlier, TC, who don't have their shit together, or who can't get right and shit like that. We're speaking of true, honestly hardworking men. You know what I'm saying? I know guys that go out and work, 2, 3 jobs and stuff, make good money. You know what I'm saying? Have nice things. You know what I'm saying? That's not the measurement, all the way of who they are, but just off of me knowing them personally, they good brothers. You know what I'm saying? Some of them single, some of them in toxic relationships. Shit, just being honest. So I ain't gotta say no names. I ain't gonna say no names and put it out there like that. But you know what I'm saying? Some of them in some toxic ass relationships because they dealing with ungrateful or toxic ass women. But like I know brothers, like plenty of brothers that, you know what I'm saying, that do good for themselves, you know what I'm saying, that are ready for families. And we had these conversations. That's what drove us to start doing this shit. Start doing this podcast. That's what drove us for this mission. We would always come together and share stories or hear other stories, and found ourselves looking at videos on social media that didn't quite make sense to us, and we started to come together and had these talks and these conversations like, man, no, this ain't what it is, like, you know what I'm saying? So like let's stop trying to, you know, paint this narrative that a brother, you know, that's just a regular 9 to 5 brother, but doing good for himself is not husband or boyfriend material, because that's bullshit. And I'm gonna call it what it is. It's bullshit. It's nothing about him, you know what I'm saying, that makes him less of a catch. Outside of the fact that you just want to look at him and say you don't want to live that type of financial lifestyle. You can't
Yeah, just
judge
say
your
that.
happiness off. Yeah, you can't judge your happiness off of financial lifestyle though, because money only gonna keep you so far happy. Like, just being
You
honest,
can't
it's
take
only
it
gonna
with you
keep you
when you
so far
die.
happy.
Yep.
So y'all
You
keep
can't.
looking for y'all $100,000 niggas, and that y'all deem is hard working and shit, and keep getting cheated on, keep being in toxic relationships until you 47, 48, 50. Talking about men ain't shit, and you don't never want to try again. And now you passing all that shit down to every female olive branch in your bloodline that come around until you perish off, and then they keep passing it down, and passing it down, and passing it down.
That's how it is, man. Like all that toxicity just keep getting passed down. You know what I'm saying? And you only going I mean, of course you can only go off of your experience, but that's the point. You going off of your experience. Not everybody going to experience the same shit you experience. So you can't sit up here and just be putting stuff out in the world. Oh yeah, that all these people ain't this and these people ain't that and these people that's just your experience. You know what I'm saying? So you need to understand that, like, just like I said, that's your experience. Keyword,
Yeah,
your experience. It means you need to start looking at you. You need to look
yeah.
at you. It's your experience. Now, I'm not saying that nobody else has, experienced what you experience. I'm not saying that either. But you only can speak from just your experience and your experience only. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta understand, like, you gotta ask yourself questions why you keep experiencing the same shit. You know what I'm saying? Why do you keep experience? Why do you keep experiencing the same shit? It goes back to you. You know what I'm saying? It's not about anybody else. It goes back to you. So you can't sit up here and be like, "Oh man, all these dudes ain't shit." Well, all these niggas ain't shit. You can't say that. You know what I'm saying? Because you can only speak from your experience from the dudes that you experience with, the dudes who you let be in your
Chose to
circle.
deal with.
Yeah, the dudes who you chose to be with. You know what I'm saying? So
Absolutely.
you're not gonna ever date every man in the fucking world. It's just not gonna happen. Not in your lifetime. So if you know you're not gonna ever date every man, you can't sit there and say all. You can't say all. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. It just is. It is what it is. So you can't sit up here and rule out all hardworking men, and just because they work a 9 to 5 and not making a lot of money, that you just feel like they just ain't it. You can't say that, because a lot of those hardworking men can will probably be the
What you
exact type
need,
of men. Yeah, the exact type of men that you actually
the type
need.
of man to keep you grounded.
You know what I'm saying? And you passing them up just because they're not making they're making that kind of money. And I'm looking like, bro, like, why don't you put in some work too with him to get both of y'all to make that kind of money? You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Like, when is that gonna like when can we naturalize that? When can we naturalize the woman doing her job and helping the man to succeed? You know what I'm saying? Instead of just falling in on a man's success. Because that's kind of what it is. It's kind of seems like y'all just want to fall in on the man's success. Y'all don't want to put any effort or anything into helping him do anything. Y'all want a man that's already set with a lot of money, that already got a success, just so y'all can fall in on it. And then try to plead that, oh well, I was there, I did this for you, I rubbed your back,
Don't make a fuck
I
out of me.
did
Don't
I
make a
did it.
fuck out of me.
I rubbed your back. I cooked you food. I did this and I did that. You know what I'm saying? When it come down to when it come down to like a divorce or something like that, and you feel like you deserve half his shit. No, the fuck you don't, because you ain't put in no work. What work did you put in to help him be successful? You know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, he probably was already successful, but you can still help it even more if you put in work instead of just coming in and just want to just live off of it. You know what I'm saying? Just want to just sit in on it and make it yours just because you with them. Like, no, that shit doesn't make any sense. That's not a good excuse. It's not. So you just want to. So a lot of these women out here just want to fall in on the man's success, and that's just not gonna cut it. When are we gonna start normalizing women being what a woman's supposed to be? Because y'all got all this stuff
Oh
about what a
shit.
man's supposed to be. What about what y'all supposed to be? You know what I'm saying?
What
Y'all
y'all want?
yeah, like what would y'all like? How about y'all go back to what y'all was created to do, and that's to help the man. You know what I'm saying? You can help him be successful. Behind, like they said, behind every good man is a good woman, right? And
Great one.
that good woman is there to help him.
Great
She's
one.
gonna be helping him. A great woman, yeah. That great woman is gonna definitely be there to help her. She's gonna be the helper. She's gonna get him out of any funk that he's in. She's gonna help him get out of it because she got his back, and that's what she's supposed to do. That is her job. Just like he got her back too. But you know what I'm saying? Like, when are we gonna start normalizing that instead of normalizing women just falling in on shit that they didn't even help create? They didn't do anything. They didn't put in any work to even help create or sustain. You know what I'm saying? Or even make better, improve. You know what I'm saying? Like, when are we gonna start normalizing that? I mean, that's my thing.
Yeah, that's a powerful one. Like you said, don't just come to the and before anybody said we're not talking to every woman or something like that. Is a certain audience. What is like I know women that would say bash another person because they might be a little on the heavier side, and that's understandable. I wouldn't want to be with nobody like that either. But if you're gonna bash, you should also offer a suggestion, and you should get in there with them. Because sometimes a lot of people, the what I viewed, a lot of the people who would judge be the one who also need to judge themselves as well on the same matter. And like you saying you're fat or I can't fuck with him, he fat. But meanwhile, like if you was to check your weight for your height requirement, if that makes sense, you're overweight. What is it? BPMI? No, whatever. It's you're overweight. A lot of the people who's clowning people be the one that they got the same flaw, if not one that's like one similar. So it's like
They say hurt people hurt people.
yeah, it's like I don't want him, girl. Like, girl, he too fat. He need to get his ass in the gym. Like, or girl, he fat as hell. Don't even say he need to get in the gym. They just be like, girl, he fat as hell. I would never fuck with no fat nigga. Now, keep in mind, there are a lot of women who mess with fat dudes or obese dudes. So the point I'm trying to make is that get your ass in there with him, grow with him, right? Because you need to get in the gym too. You also need to work your ass out. How you gonna talk about somebody else when you have a gut? You feel me? But we can't say that about you, right? We can't say those things, even though it's the truth. Like when you call that man fat, that's the truth. He is fat. He is obese. Ain't body shaming, but when we say we body shaming, anytime we do something, it's the wrong thing to do. Like when we have standards, we shouldn't have those standards. But meanwhile, y'all got standards so fucking high that it's ridiculous. It's unrealistic down there.
Just one from a nigga.
Something similar. I mean, no, not similar. We say something as light as, I just want my woman to be peaceful and she got to keep her weight together. Oh, he's so fucked up. Girl, he ain't shit no ways. Like he talking about you need to keep your weight together. He ain't shit no ways. You got to start wanting to hear the truth. You got too many friends around you that's yes mans. Or that's like, girl, you not fat, you just big bone. Cut it. And I'm not
Yeah,
I'm not here to, I'm not offending anybody.
Can't
I'm
hear
not, I'm
him.
not. Like, real talk, I'm not. People say, if you say I'm skinny,
His audio went out.
mine?
No, I can hear him.
Yeah, it went out for a second.
Oh,
Can y'all hear me?
yeah,
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 I can
yeah.
hear you.
Okay, we back. Go ahead.
If I'm working, I'm fixing a lot of stuff that I can fix on myself. I'm fixing it. Like, but the thing is that you can't really criticize most women because they say that you're hurting them or something like that. You're insulting them. You're bashing. You're being hateful. You know, like how? Where's the hate?
Oh hell no!
Where the hate at? Because if anything, that's love. I'm telling you, man, you need to get in the gym.
I think I think when it come to that, it's how you say stuff when it come to different things like
That's
that.
true.
It's not
True.
necessarily saying it, it's how you say it. But then again, you know, even from on my own personal experiences in the past, sometimes even saying something at all, no matter how you say it, they motherfuckers still don't know how to take shit. And
Exactly.
that's men and women. You know what I'm saying? So
Exactly.
but yeah.
Exactly.
But I digress back to you.
Like he said, it's about how you say it. So me, I would say, babe, if I'm in a relationship with you and your weight has got out of control, I'm supposed to care about those things. I'm supposed to want you to get your weight back together. That's not healthy. It's not normal. There's no person, you weren't born fat. I mean, well, you kind of, all babies are born kind of chunky in a way, but they grow into it. But the thing is that you weren't born obese. So I'm supposed to tell you when it's getting out of, but I'm supposed to say it a certain way, like, babe, I think I got us some gym memberships. We should go. Certain things I want to tone up on myself. You're not telling her you're fat, babe. You're getting out of control. That's indirectly saying, babe, let's go to the gym. That's indirectly saying she needs to get her weight together. Like, real talk.
Hey, back up off your mic so you
my
stop
fault.
bleeding. We can hear you good.
Okay, bet.
Without you being backed up.
So just accept it. But I'm digressing from the point. The whole point is that stop judging other people and get to work yourself as well. And then find you a man that be realistic. Most of y'all women not getting no man that's 100 millionaire. Some of y'all got to grind with him to help him become that. Some of the men that work at McDonald's, bro, I've seen men get clowned for working at McDonald's, and I understand it because you know you a certain age, that's like considered a kid job. But I've seen men get clowned for working at these little small joints. You feel me? Like he's a maintenance guy. Oh wow, no, I don't want him. But it's like, meanwhile, you
a
would
bus
rather
driver,
right? A bus driver, and bus drivers make pretty decent money, but you willing to stay single for 40 years or more, right? 40 fucking years. I've never seen nobody like, and then they say, well, I'm single by choice because I don't want to be in a fucked up relationship. That ain't it though. You only telling half of the story.
They gotta start saying I'm single by bad choices.
Yeah. You only tell, like you said, you only telling half of the story. You ain't telling that
Single by bad choices.
Yes, you single by bad choice. You single because you got this poor perception of reality. Like none of this stuff really matter, bro. None of it. The essence, the character, all of those things matter. All the things that people don't give a shit about matters. But the stuff that people give a fuck about don't matter at all. Like you get with a man who's worth $1 million and that nigga treats you like shit. You just got in another fucked up relationship. But your family is condoning it or pushing it, saying that you should get with him. You should get because he's a millionaire. They only think about the money. Shit is insane if you ask me. Build with me. Let's build our legacy. I need you to do this, babe. You ain't even got to do no hard work. All I need you to do is keep my schedule together. Look after my schedule for me. Answer these calls. Do this, do that. And I'm going to do everything else. It take a team, my dog. And then Rome wasn't built in overnight. That's all I'm going to say.
And one day, it wasn't built in one day for sure.
Yes.
So y'all got it out about this?
One more thing. I gotta add one more thing. when I said that Rome wasn't built in a day or a night, when I said or day, you know how that go. When you get with a man who has ambition, like all three of us, we have ambition. But when you get with a man who has ambition, who's grinding, who's working towards something, but you know what I'm saying? He hasn't made it just yet, but he will. You have to have the grace for that person and yourself. You have to be able to understand that what he's aiming to accomplish, not trying, what he's aiming to accomplish or working to accomplish is not something that can be done in a day or a week or a month or even a year. It takes time. Sometimes it takes 3, maybe 4, maybe 5 years, but it takes time. You just got to be patient with him and
You gotta
yourself.
be more selfless, if anything.
Yes.
And that's what this shit boiled down to. Like,
Yes.
get straying back to the topic or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like we were mainly talking about if hardworking men are winning. So
Yeah.
I my final point will say, like I said, I don't believe it. Hardworking men are winning, because if we were winning, we would be being married more. You know what I'm saying? Our society wouldn't be looking as bad as it is. Like, it just, you know what I'm saying, it wouldn't be this quote unquote gender war out here going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a multitude of things that we could point to that, you know what I'm saying, that could back these points up. But, you know, at the end of the day, like, nah, like, they hardworking men are not winning. Shit, even some of the higher earning hardworking men, they still not winning. Cause they get hold to a lot of these women, and then they still gotta put up with all of the stupidity and the bullshit and the whoring and the toxicity, the wanting to be half naked on social media, or want to be naked on social media. And he's, you know what I'm saying, and then these dumbass simp fools call these women a wife.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Talk.
They'll turn around and call these women a motherfucking wife. So, like, it's just bad out here right now.
It
It's
is.
terrible out here.
I see men
Women,
who
we just need to get better. Women, we need to
I
get
see
better.
men
Man.
who I see men who cuff or who would wife or one, like there's a woman who's an obvious 304, right? I'm not bashing, this is being this is reality. Who's a 304? The man who's well old enough to understand and has dealt with enough women to understand that, bro, this ain't a wife. It's a 304. Now, is it possible that, now look, I'm gonna say this, it's crazy. Is it possible that a person can get with a woman who was a whore and she changed and she's not a whore no more? I'm pretty sure that's possible. But am I taking those chances? Right. Am I taking those chances to get with a woman who's an obvious 304? I'm not talking about based off assumption. I'm talking about it's obvious. She has her OnlyFans. She's out here on. She posts pictures with her and I don't give
I'm
a
about
fuck.
to say we all kind of take them chances. Little do we know, it may not be every single time, but you've taken that chance without knowing. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
without
saying? You don't
knowing.
know every girl backstory and deep history.
Yeah, without know. I'm talking about the ones who know. Like when you really know, like she has an OnlyFans, she posts pictures that like really like X-rated, like only her man's supposed to see. Post pictures with a crop top on, with a little piece of the boob hanging out, and then the nipples are showing with no bra on, and that's look perfect.
Fuck me.
Literally, it looks perfect and it looks really good. It looked good to a lot of different people, but it's not good enough to date. Right, it's not good enough to date. So, a man would. I know men who would date a woman like that, and this one particular, I'm not gonna say the name or none of that, but he like, oh well, she's for me. I could date her, right? Like Ryan, you remember we talked about this?
Yeah.
You know where I'm going.
And that's quick interjection right back
Go
to
ahead.
you. That's one of the top motherfucking reasons right there why every high earning nigga ain't the hard working man that's winning. Because they may think they winning, but they truly not. That's a false sense of winning reality.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Digress back to you, so.
Oh well, I just want to say, the men behalf do better, bro. Do better, and the women do better. Cause like, man, if you didn't allow, I'm talking about the men who know, not if you don't know. But if you don't know, then you
Mhm.
just got, and it happens. But if you know and you still fall victim to that, you're a fool.
These
If
niggas don't be falling victim though. They be going into it head on.
Yeah,
That's
so
the
I wouldn't
issue.
say
That's
you're a
one of the
victim.
issues. They go into shit like that head on, and
Right.
then they'll turn around and play victim,
Yeah. So
just
so
like the woman to turn around and play victim.
if anything, if you're a victim of anything, it's stupidity. You're a victim of stupidity, meaning you're stupid at that point. I mean, maybe it's for low. It, okay, it goes beyond just like intellect. It's most times, it's the man who just do better. It's mental health. It's the man who's actually don't see himself as good, or he think this the best he can actually do. So he go for this woman, or he go for this person. That's not the best you can do, bro. Like, you could do better than that. But because you're damaged, because I've been there, you're damaged and you think low of yourself. You don't think that you can actually do better than that. And think
That's
about
because
Go
men
ahead.
like that. That's the basis of this topic.
Yep.
Men like that tend to not ever be made to feel like they are winning.
I got a question too. That's a very, very great way of saying it. What would help those men understand that they are winners before they become? You get what I'm trying to say? You get the question?
I would say self awareness number one. Uh,
There we go.
we all
Mental
need
health.
reassurance around us too, though. Just as well as you got to be self aware, you still got to have reassurance, but it has to be the right reassurance, and it has to be positive reassurance.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Your positive family and friends and close ones. You know what I'm saying? Confidants that you can talk to and stuff like that. That people that are gonna lift you up.
Yep.
A lot of us, which me and you just had this conversation wordplay, but a
Yep.
lot of us can be in situations where we deal with a lot of people who either pull us down, keep us stagnant, but never lift us up. They never lift us up or build us up. They always pushing us down or keeping us stagnant. And a lot of people find themselves in relationships like that. And that's not good. You want to be around people that's going to tell you the good in you. That's I mean, but that can also tell you the bad in you when there's bad. You know what I'm saying? That can help correct you. That are gonna hold you accountable. But you know what I'm saying? You gotta have a good support system. You gotta have a good support system around you. Without a good support system, shit, you know what I'm saying? That things
Yep.
can get gloomy. And the number one support system, man, I can't leave it out, fellas, but you gotta have the most high in your life. You gotta have the most high by your side, walking through this jungle with you. You know what I'm saying? Gotta find some connection to the most high, get some spirituality in your life. And I ain't talking about from these churches.
Yeah. You can't do nothing without you. You can't do nothing without God, man. That's the center of everything. It's the center of you. You can't do nothing without the Most High. So if you're thinking you're gonna do it on your own, you lost already.
But
Damn
if you
right.
can sit back, if you can sit back and just kind of think within yourself, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna be honest, I use myself for example. I'm not perfect
Me
by
either.
any stretch of the imagination. But sometimes I do have to sit back and think to myself, okay, this is how old I am. This is where I came from. These are the things that I've been through and what I've done. And this is where I'm at now. And I feel good. I may not feel good about this, and this, but I feel damn good about this, and this. That's enough to keep me going. And that's enough to keep me building. And that's enough to, motivate me to want more and to do better. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta have that within yourself. You have to. Because as men, you know what I'm saying, you gonna have those dark moments. It's men that don't even compare to this type of conversation that still had these moments that we speaking of right now. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm speaking of the dude who in a happy marriage, in a beautiful home, raising a family, everything good, which it seemed like, but it's always gonna be trials and tribulations. It's always gonna be trials and tribulations there. So even when it seems like it's all good, it's not. So you know what I'm saying? You got, like I said, you gotta have a good support system and you gotta be able to support yourself as well. You gotta be aware of yourself. Know who you are, know what you're dealing with, know how to pivot. You know what I'm saying? Know how to make a pivot and change something when something needs to change for the better. So, and, you know, those are just kind of like, I guess you could say a few of the keys or whatever. It's tons and tons of them. It's much more, you know, but that's just a little bit.
Yeah.
We ain't got all the answers. We just trying to give our opinion on the stuff that we think we do.
You want to know
Yeah,
something funny?
nobody has all the answers.
You want to know something crazy? Is that these ain't just opinions either. It's the truth. The truth lies in the middle. Opinions left and right. Your opinion, my opinion, the truth is in the middle. We are actually speaking the truth. You can't do nothing without God, and you need to be more realistic, you know, like be more realistic and look, man, no one's asking you to get with some crazy bum, right? Who do not have anything to offer you, who are actually negative towards you. But there are also men out here that work at McDonald's and KFC that cleans the outside, that does gutters and things like that are more better for you than a millionaire. Look, I'm telling you, that's the truth. No cap.
I disagree with that. That's definitely, because who said having money made you perfect?
Society, social media.
Society didn't even ever say that. Society never said that. That's just people being stupid. Society never said that.
Well, then again, you got to think about
Society will tell you that money don't mean you perfect. Look at the shit that we see out here within like social media and like the shit that the levels people stoop to get money. Like, we gonna go
yeah,
there.
society.
You know,
Hey,
we can go
society don't
there.
say it. No, society don't say it, but they still put a mindset. They still put
They
out a
what
mindset
they
to
throw
make
it
it
in
seem
your
like
face. They tease you with it to make you
yeah,
want it.
yeah. They
That's what
still
it
put a
is.
mindset out there to make it seem like you need to have a lot of money and to be considered to be put on this pedestal. You know how people like to put people on pedestal that actually got fame and got money. To be put on this pedestal, you need to have a lot of money so you can better do all this stuff. So even though they didn't necessarily come out and really say that, oh, you the best person in the world because you got money, they still put it out there, you know what I'm saying, by throwing shit in
Mhm.
your face and raising up prices, you know what I'm saying, making the cost of living higher. You know what I'm saying? It's out there to make it seem like the best people are the ones with money. And that's what makes more people
That's a
want
narrative.
money more and more and more because they keep doing stuff to, you know, make the need for money much greater.
All right.
So
Well, I'm a my closing thoughts, fellas, because we said we weren't gonna do this long. It was just a quick pop up and discussion, but these are my closing thoughts right here for the fellas out here. If you, number one, searching for your truth with the Most High, who you are, and trying to have that relationship, you do good with your family. You take care of your children. If you have a wife, you take care of her. If you have a girl, you take care of her. You living your life out here to the best of your abilities and not out here causing mischief and hurt and sorrow to people's families and so on and so forth. If you can put yourself in that category as a man and you doing well for yourself, it don't matter if you making 30,000 or if you making 200,000 a year. If you can put yourself in that category and know that you are that type of man, my brothers, you are winning. And don't let nobody else tell you anything different. You
Talk.
are fucking winning.
say
Right.
that shit again. You know what I'm saying? And I'll say I'm gonna close out with, hey, ladies, just do better, pick better. Fellas, you know what I'm saying, keep grinding. You know what I'm saying? Cause hey, this is what men do. This is our nature. We grind. So keep
Hey, we got to
grinding.
do better and pick better too.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
We got to do better
I
and pick
think
better too. Don't
I didn't say that. I thought I said that.
no, you
Yeah,
you said
men, we need to do
ladies. You,
men, we need to do better and pick better too. And also, fellas, we need to keep grinding. Just hey, you guys are saying us guys are not forgotten. The true actual hardworking man is definitely not forgotten. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
We are workhorse out here. We doing what we got to do to survive. We doing what we got to do to take care of our families if we have them, and furthermore take care of ourselves. So don't let um the BS that a lot of these women put out there make you feel any certain kind of way just because you don't fit their criteria. They can only speak for themselves. They can't speak for all women.
final thoughts, wordplay.
My final thought says, love yourself always, and be open, because love is vulnerable. Love is open. Exposure. Expose. Also, no one's saying not have standards, but just be more open. Men, for the men out there that are, like you said, that's out there busting their ass, going to work every day, we see you. Keep grinding. And don't think less of yourself. You're a king. Even if your people in your village don't accept you as a king, you're still a king, because you gotta understand the rejected stone. All right. Understand that, and understand the people, even the people in your village won't see you as a king, but you're a fucking king, bro. Keep grinding.
Yes, sir. Hey, but that one, I think we'll holler at y'all. We'll be back again. We will have a scheduled show coming up soon, but for right now, just bear with us and appreciate this that we are putting out here. And we appreciate y'all for showing
Still
love and fuck
grinding,
with
baby.
us. So whatever. We still grinding.
Hardworking men right here. 3 hardworking men still grinding.
And with that, we'll holler at y'all next time. We out of here.
Levis out of bell.
Swagging, alright, flashing, dragging, alright, bragging. Back then, alright, bag in, Mac 10.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Swagging, saucing, flashing, flossing, dragging.